Thank you for tuning in to this very special episode of Back to the City. Today I'm joined by Dwynell Roland,
Hi.
who just released an excellent new record last Friday. That's Young Roland.
Yeah,
This is the second interview that we've had.
That is, yeah.
The first one was one of my favourite Back to the City radio station interviews. We did it on your birthday, back in October.
That was like 2 years ago,
in
right?
2016.
Yep.
And that was as your previous record, The Popular Nobody, was coming in.
Yeah.
One of the main things that we were focusing on in that interview was the transition from 92 and Roland to The Popular Nobody.
Yep.
How do you think about that transition now? What you said at the time was that you felt like you were becoming an artist as opposed to just a rapper.
Yeah.
Does that
I still
true?
stand.
Yeah?
I still stand with that statement, actually.
So it strikes me as interesting that just looking at the titles of those three records, you've got Roland in 92 and Roland.
Yep.
92 is the year that you were born.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we have The Popular Nobody.
Yeah.
And now Roland is back, and it's specifically Young Roland.
Yeah, Young Roland.
How are these three records, whether by focusing on just the titles for now or in other respects, what are they each suggesting about the character, about you?
I don't know. I mean, I guess the main thing is just really just, it's all just progression through every album is the main thing with me.
The opening track of The Popular Nobody was this year, and you focus back with The Popular Nobody seemed to be on timing, with that focus on one particular year. Keep your mind focused on the timing was one of the lyrics in that song.
Yep.
And that focus on timing seems to carry through into Young Roland.
Yeah.
Right at the very beginning, it's like a conversation. You're having a conversation with someone.
Yeah, shout out to Dylan.
To Dylan. You're talking to Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan Parker of Stop House.
Yeah.
Who was engineering. Yeah.
So what is so we can hear this conversation now.
Correct.
What's the context of this conversation? Did you know it would be the beginning of the record when you were having it?
Yeah. So with that, it was just one of those things where it's just like, I just told Dylan, I said, yo, man, just hit record. And he goes, all right. And I left the door open and we just talked. And
so this is you talking to Dylan?
Correct. And we're just having a conversation. He had a smoke break. Yeah. So that's why if you hear that, that's him who just got done smoking. But yeah, and so that's, no, it's just like, I want to use this.
Was that the full conversation, or was that
we had
the highlight?
Like a whole thing, but I cut it up.
It's interesting that the way in which it's edited, it opens with a lot of stuff is bigger than music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's an interesting way to begin a record.
That's true.
Why? How did you decide to begin it with that statement?
I don't know. Since this was the intro, I just really wanted to make it, very clear that this is more than just music to me.
So this is a representation of Young Roland, not just the artist, not just the artist, but the human being.
Yeah, in general, which is everything. And so, when I said that, it was just one of those things where it's just like, this is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And then you say that it's either now or never. It's really interesting what happens next, because you say it's either now or never. You can wait. If you wait too long, then you may as well quit. But then you immediately say that that is how you look at it, even though that's not the reality of the facts. So there's this kind of shifting of perspectives. Let's act as if now is the only possible time, even if now isn't actually the only possible.
Exactly. I think that I just installed that into my brain.
Yeah.
And that's just how I think. It's just like, I'd rather do this now. I'd rather put all my energy now. Of course it's not going to be the only time, but how I look at it right now is now or never.
You think life is richer if you think in that way? That leads to, what does it lead to?
Man, I don't know. It helps me. It helps me stay focused and on track. It puts pressure on me to be like, this is what I have to do.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm gonna do. And I could wait. I could sit here and be like, all right, drop an album, be chill now. But I mean, I think I would not be in the position I am in right now if I didn't keep that mindset. Like I've since Popular Nobody, I think I've hasn't stopped with anything as far as like shows or.
Doesn't seem like it's going to.
Yeah, so you know that's why my mindset is like that. It's just like I might as well just do it now.
Near the end of the record, there's a song called "Just Wait," which is interesting. So you're saying you could just wait, and then the lyrics in that song are now or never. It's now or never. Got to make a play. So I just wait. So that relates, I think, to the conversation at the beginning of the record. So why just wait? Because it's now or never. How do those two ideas relate?
I see. The thing is, I mean, with this music stuff, you have to be patient. I mean, that's from what I've gotten, and that's what I'm still learning too.
Yeah.
You have to be patient and just know that this stuff takes time, like anything else.
It comes in due time, which is another title.
Yeah. And you know, this takes time, and I mean, it's now or never. But I mean, it's now. But I mean, I just know that if I keep grinding the way that I'm grinding now, that waiting period will be up. But I know that I still would have to wait in order to get that shot, I feel. So that's why.
So always be ready and poised for when the moment might come.
Correct.
You need to be ready for it.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, that's a big thing, for me anyway.
Yeah. So a lyric in due time is, I was sinking into this music like quicksand.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Are you exploring concern about the kind of the grinding and what that means in the context of a lad's life? Or?
Nah, not really. Well, with that song in particular, that was just about a situation I was going through with an ex, and pretty much it was just like I was really focused on music. I really was out of it, and so that's what that lyric has to do with.
Were you kind of isolating yourself, focusing on music? Is that what was happening?
I mean, it was just one of those things where it's just like, you know, you really want something, you got to go get it, and you put everything on the side or to the back burner, and just be like, all right, I'll deal with that later. So, you know, I do that with a lot of stuff because of music, which is fine with me, but I mean, it may not be fine with other people. But that was what that line was about specifically for that song. With this record, I put it through everything that I've been going through the last 2 years. So that's why every track don't sound the same in my mind.
Yeah, working with lots of different producers too.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, you know, in due time, I was right around the time where I made Go. And if you see the correlation.
Yeah.
When you listen to the album.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean that's the main thing. It's just all these songs are just placed out from different parts of my life in 2 years.
Old Me is it's really interesting that there is a song called Old Me on the record because it's called Young Roland. So you've got Young Roland and then you have Old Me. But Old Me is, one might imagine Old Me to be looking at a younger Roland and suggesting that there's been a shift. That there's been a change, and it is saying that to some extent. Given that the 3 records do all reference you in the title in some way, what are you saying, perhaps specifically in Old Me, about like character developments and about the relationship between like the present Roland and previous Roland?
That record was pretty much just saying like, I mean, stuff is changing. Yeah. Like it is what it is. Like, you know, I pray that these dudes can't hold me, and if they could, it's dead with the old me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I progressed in the period of me as a person, me as a rapper. So all that and as an past, artist. And as an artist, and all that past stuff is just like, we ain't really worried about that right now, cause it's just like, this is what it is, and like, that's the old me, so y'all can have that if y'all think y'all got it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was just one of those things where it's just me pretty much just talking to myself through a record like, yo, it's time to step up. Pretty much that's really what that was. And it was just a reminder to myself or to anyone. I was really writing it for anyone, period, just in general, just for the simple fact that, you know, you could be playing basketball and be like, yo, these dudes can't hold me right now. Like, what I did last game has nothing to do with this game.
Sure, yeah.
And so what I do, you know, last year ain't got nothing to do with this year.
Right.
It's new. So that's how I felt when I wrote that, and that's how I felt how other people, I think, would feel too, as far as just being competitive or being very driven.
Though you're referenced in the title, is there a hope that maybe this is more universal, like other people who have a similar kind of drive to succeed can relate to this one? Because lots of the title, I mean, there's some of the titles are strong, control it, go. It's like these are very relatable, kind of more abstract themes, alongside the focus on you in particular.
Correct.
So is that a conscious thing? Are you trying to kind of express an ethos that's relatable for others?
Now, then no, because that was about me. I mean, every single track that goes on, it was about me. It's just that it was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So 2 years to probably recently or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's not for me. But I always write my music. I try to write my music for other people to relate to in order to pick apart themselves, to make sure or to hope that they can bring a lyric into their life and stick with it. So even though at that time that was for me, it's for the people now. It's not for me anymore.
Right.
Because I don't hold on to music, so.
That same shift that you're talking about happens within the song Go. Because in the first chorus of Go, you're like saying, but let me just go, go, go. I should just go, go, go. But then later on, you're addressing someone else, and you're suggesting that they should let it go. Yeah? So there seems to often be this, like, looking at your experience, lessons that you've learned, and then kind of turning around to someone else and thinking, you know, how does what you've learned relate to someone else's position?
If you want to make that correlation, that's a good correlation. I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah, but that, you know that moment in that song?
Yeah, that song was actually about ex as well during that time. And it was just about the relationship of just figuring out it wasn't working. So, and how I wrote it was just, if you listen to the lyrics, it's the first part is just seeing just where it was, and the second part is the drunken state of like calling and like you regret it the next day. And and it's just going through the depths of to a relationship or to talking to each other, whatever, to break up, to trying to get over it. And while I was just like whatever, ignoring, that was going on as far as calling and texting and stuff. So it was just one of those things where like you should probably just let it go. But yeah.
So one of the most interesting moments in that song, in the context of, you know, so there's someone drinking and calling. Yeah, is that And then you say, ignore your feelings, what a great escape. And I think there's a little bit of kind of like irony there. So there's this sense that, you know, what sometimes seems like it might be an escape from difficult aspects of reality is not. There's no way of getting beyond a certain thing.
I mean, you could drink all you want.
Yeah. And that's one example. Yeah. Drinking is one example of like a false escape.
Yeah, and that's why I said you regret it the next day. Because that's and that's literally how it played out.
And then that's how it becomes, let it go, 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 but you don't believe that, girl, you no, no, no.
Yeah.
So that's a really interesting moment there where it's kind of like, whereas a lot of the time you're kind of highlighting, this is what I've learned, this is how it's helped me improve. Here you're saying to someone else, these answers are not that hard to discover.
No,
and really the person, you're like, what you know, someone else can easily know too.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that a lot of these songs, the chorus is just the title, like the one word from the title repeated. That's the case with Go. That's the case with Down to some extent. Yeah. That's the case with Channel.
I love Channel.
Channel is maybe
one
my
of my favorite songs.
Yeah. I first witnessed that you were performing it with Lot.
Okay, yeah, I did do that. Yeah, I did do that.
You and Lot
so you
did
picked
a
up on
special
that. Okay.
set for opening for Dessa at Dessa's record
release. So you picked up on that, actually. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, that was a great performance, and that was one of the songs I was most excited to hear.
Yeah.
So, Channel, again, the chorus is just the word channel. Channel could mean so many different things.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It does, you leave it open to mean lots of different things?
Yeah, I mean, you still got to find yourself, and I think that people struggle with that every day, including, I mean, I'm better now, you know, I know who I am. But, you know, we still got to find our channel. Like, we still got to figure out who we are. We still got to figure out what's our goal. We still got to figure out what's the best way to live about this life. And that was my thing with that song, was just that, you know, a lot of stuff is going on, but you know, you still got to find your channel.
What does that mean, to find one's channel, or to find our channel?
That's up to you.
Okay, yeah.
That's I can't, you know, that is up to, you know, I mean, that's a journey that someone has to take on themselves. I can't tell someone to, you know, to take that journey, but that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't help you find that. You know, no one can help anyone find anything.
Yeah.
So the main thing is just trying to figure out, like, that's your channel. Like, still trying to find your channel, still trying to find your balance, and improve. So that's what my thing was with that song. It's like just a message, like it's alright to be stressed or whatever the case may be. You're still trying to find your channel. Just relax, be chill.
And that will never end, but that's okay. Like we should expect to always be at risk of losing our balance.
Correct.
And always be in need of finding our channel.
Correct.
And that we could just accept that as reality.
Yeah.
And work at that.
That's all you can do, and that's why I said with the, you know, still trying to find their channel. So
the idea of finding balance and not expecting, there being no expectation that balance is just going to be a given, that we need to be constantly checking our balance, that comes up again in a different way in Walking, which is another favorite song of mine on the record.
That's really personal.
I love, how is it personal?
Because it has something to do with my life. I mean, this all has to do with my life, but walking is, I like walking. I love walking too.
You love both walking, the activity, and walking the...
Oh, I hate walking.
You hate walking?
I'd rather drive everywhere. But as far as that song goes, I love that song.
I love that song.
That song, I was really, really down for whatever reason. And then I think you can hear it during, like, the lyrics. You probably might have it on your piece of paper. I don't remember it right away. But.
Yeah, I mean, the chorus is, I played my part, I had my losses.
Yep.
A lot of shit dead, but...
Oh, we can cuss on here?
We can.
Fuck. Man, I'm over here. Alright, hell yeah. Okay, cool, see?
Yeah. There you go, let loose.
Shit. Alright, go ahead.
A lot of shit dead, but I'm steady walking.
Yeah.
So this idea of, like, the steadiness of walking. So this is the context. I've been thrown off balance. There's lots of things that could throw me off balance.
Correct.
I feel like I've lost my channel, perhaps, or I'm still looking for it. Things are going wrong. Am I, like, out of touch with my channel? At least I'm steady. My walking is steady. Like, I'm moving forward still, even in this context, even when things are bad. Is that, I mean, that's the gist that I get. That seems to be
pretty much, for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, in life you take L's. Anyone who tell you you're not going to take a loss in life, they're lying to you. And you know, I have my ups and my downs, my losses, but I'm still here. You know, I'm still walking. I'm still going on the path that I really want to do.
Yeah.
And maintaining and staying focused. And so the big thing was, to me, it was just like I wanted to get that across. It was like I had my losses, but I'm still here. And also wanted to forward that to people who's listening to the record, like, yo, you know, have some losses, but if this song can help you gather that balance or that channel,
yeah,
then there, so be it, because I was at that part where, you know what I mean, like, everyone loses in life.
Yeah.
And you're not going to, it's not just only one loss, you're going to have multiple losses, and you're going to have multiple wins, so, yeah.
So one extreme, and there's many moments in the record where you're like, you're jumping and you're not going to land, because maybe you feel like you found your channel so well at those moments.
Right.
But then I think it's really important that we have this song Walking, because like even at the lowest ebb, even when you're experiencing your losses and maybe people that you care about, you know, there's problems with certain connections or whatever, even then you're still steady walking. Like even at the worst moments, there is still this like,
you're alive.
You have balance. You're alive.
You're alive, yeah.
And you haven't fallen over.
Nah, you're alive. You know, I mean, you chalk it up. That's what that's what you just see right here. Chalk it up as a L. L right there. L right there.
What is this for later when I'm editing?
Yeah, L.
An L.
We'll chalk that up as a loss. Loss right here. Anyway. But yeah, no, you chalk it up as a loss, and that's the thing, where it's just like you have to do that in order to move forward. Like if you hang on to a problem, I feel like it's one of those things where it's just gonna keep bothering you. Sometimes you have to lose, and that's totally fine. But at the end of the day, never give up. Keep walking. Still do what you got to do, and that's what that is trying to, you know, bring to light. It's just that, yo, I have my losses, I'm human, you know, but I'm still here, I'm steady walking, you know what I'm saying? What's up?
I think that Sam's production on that song is so dynamic, because there's moments when like it's like a double bass, and the double bass certainly at specific moments seems to like emulate steady walking for me. It's like it's walking, you know, on the frets. But then there's other moments where, I mean, there's so much interesting instrumentation. I feel like the keys are adding something really important.
Yo, he's an amazing producer. He's an amazing producer, and I'm happy that you brought him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an amazing producer. Fun fact. I first met him for the first time while doing the tour with Prof.
Oh, really?
In La Crosse, Wisconsin. He went to school there, and he was at a bar.
Oh, we just happened to be at a bar?
He was at a bar that he worked at.
Okay.
And he told me, like, yo, slide through. So we had everyone slide through. And yeah, I met him for the first time. I told him, thank you. We took Jameson shots. And it was all right. That was my face after a Jameson shot. But yeah, we took Jameson shots, and it was cool. I love Jameson. And thank you, Sam.
Another really important moment in that song, interesting moment in that song, I think, when you're saying I'm kind of cruising now, but but there's a reference to like a devil being there, lock and load, but like where's the ammo? There's a sense of, okay, if the philosophy is you need to relax and just wait at times, but be prepared for the moment when it comes, because it could come at any time.
Correct.
Then I think there's, in the song Walking, at that moment that we're talking about, it's like, oh, what if the moment is now? Like, where's my ammo? There's this interesting kind of anxiety. Like, I know that I need to be ready. And what if now is what I need to be ready for, and I'm not ready at this precise moment?
That's great that you caught that, by the way.
That's what's happening, yeah? At that moment.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's actually great that you caught that.
Nice. You have to kind of channel your energy, but then you also have to control the energy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Control it, yeah. By the way, that is my real hair.
That's your in the video. This is your real hair, in fact.
That is my real hair. Just want to tell you guys that is not a wig. That's my real hair. While you're asking me, well, why don't you have your real hair on right now? You asking way too many questions and you being loud right now. They need you to be quiet.
Be quiet.
Just chill out. Just chill out.
Smoke some hookah.
Yeah, chill out. But yeah, no, control it. Yeah.
That's a real golf course too.
That is actual real golf course that I cannot name because I don't want to get that person or that establishment in trouble.
Yeah.
But I will say that golf course is very real, and I'm thankful for
being able to do the video.
Yeah. And then Can Wonderland helped out too. Thank you for the people over at Can Wonderland. That was great. Thank you. It helped so much. Yeah, it was a fun video.
How did you select these locations for the controller?
So when I think about videos, I usually, a lot of the music videos that come out from me, I think I have like an idea that I want to do. And that was one of the weirdest ideas I thought. I was like, yo, would it be like the valet scene? I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I thought of that and I was like, this is great. What about if we use just a terrible car, have a valet person and give him the keys? I thought it was funny. If he didn't laugh, I laughed. He laughed. It was great.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, and so I don't know. I just thought about a golf course, and then Anthony, who is Milk Films.
Did he produce the video? Or?
Yep. He directed the video, and we said, I gave him the idea. And at first, it was a totally different idea, and then it was just like, no, let's use that. And by that time, it was winter still.
Right.
So we had to wait for the snow and all that.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, it was trash.
Yeah.
And
when I saw you performing with Lard,
yeah, it was trash.
You were in the process of waiting to be able to do another scene, yeah? For the video.
And that was that golf course scene. And so, but yeah, we did, Can Wonderland. We just put the two together.
Ah, there we go.
I thought it was hilarious. Instead of just doing just one thing, it was just like, yo, let's
do some mini golf too.
Yeah, let's do this together. Yeah. And it was pretty funny. It turned out great. Thank you to all those who were involved.
That's the first of probably 5 videos?
That's the plan.
Yeah?
Well, that's a plan. I mean, it's going to happen, but yeah, that's a plan.
So Control It is the song that opens, hey, it's me, Young Roland, back again.
Hi, it's me.
At what stage did you decide that this record would be called Young Roland? Is it like because
So funny that you say that, Mom, dude. Yo, I've been going by Young Roland for anyone who knows me in high school.
Oh,
knows
since
that
you were
I've been
considerably younger.
Yeah, Young Roland. Yeah, it's a saying back in high school a long time ago. Whoever watches this video, they may know it. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, I used to have a little saying. But I've been saying that since high school, and I always thought it was just funny. I mean, I thought it was funny I just thought it was funny. So when I was in the process of making this album, I was like, yeah, I'm calling this Young Roland. Not because, I don't know, I think I've always wanted to call the album Young Roland. But then it really actually worked because the experiences of what was going on. Plus thinking I thought it was funny and I just wanted to call the album Young Roland. It was hilarious. So, but with that being said, with these as well that's tied into it, it kind of makes sense and it helps the dialogue of things.
I think something interesting and unexpected is happening with the song Strong, because as opposed to the message being I'm so strong, like I have this drive and celebrating the strengths. In the chorus at least, I've been doing this too damn long, I feel too damn strong. Like you feel too strong.
Yeah.
What's happening there?
I mean, you just, you start to get into a feeling where it's just like, you've been here before. You've done this. You've dealt with this. You can do this again. And
why is that a bad thing?
It's not. But at times, you just got to know that the weight that's going on right now on you, like you're strong enough to lift that and keep going. And so that's what that was really about. It was just trying to, I'm too damn strong. Am I doing this right? Yeah,
that's interesting. Like the song called Strong, I would expect before I heard it to be like celebrating, like watch me control it, something like that. Yeah. I have the strength, I have the ability to have the combination of enthusiasm and technical skill to succeed.
Right.
But instead, it's saying I'm too strong, and you're questioning, am I doing this right?
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just know what I'm going through.
Yeah. Am I pushing myself too hard? Maybe. Am I like wearing myself out so that then when the moment comes, I don't have the ammo?
Yeah, yeah. I mean that. To, am I doing enough?
Yeah.
Am I doing too little? Do I feel like this is right? And but questioning yourself, but still telling yourself mentally like, nah, I got this shit.
Yeah.
But is it right? Like, is it like, are you sure you got this shit?
Yeah.
And that's where that I was coming from with that, because it's like, you sure you got it, bro? Like, you positive?
Maybe there's a strength in self-questioning. Someone might be reluctant. They might think of it as a weakness to doubt oneself. But maybe the capacity to step back, even if just for a moment, and think, do I have this right? Is part of what enables progress. Yeah.
I wrote that as a human being.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of just flaunting and just being
yeah.
like, yeah, I got this, because we all question ourselves. No matter what we do, I don't give a fuck how big you are. I don't give a fuck how much money you have. I don't give a fuck how successful you are.
There'll be self-doubt.
There will be self-doubt.
Yeah.
And that's why I put that, like, at this, am I doing this right? Like, even though I'm doing all this shit's cool, this shit's great, it's amazing. I'm thankful. But am I doing this right? Like, am I doing this?
Yeah.
Can this go to the next level?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this, I'm killing this, but can I get up there? Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Am I fighting my problems and my demons the right way? Is it bad to someone else? Is it capturing something that is gonna last, or is it just gonna fade? And why I put strong and strong is just because it's just like, that's what it is. You know what I mean? If you listen to the record, you'll see like trial and error of my bullshit into that. To what's strong and just really just a lot of my shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting just now you were highlighting, is it bad to someone else? So maybe even at the moments where one is succeeding, from one perspective, like, I think that this self-questioning, it has always been a crucial component.
It's a real thing.
At least since like the previous record. I mean, the previous record was called The Popular Nobody. So this same like.
I still ride with that, by the way.
Yeah.
No one knows me.
Right.
No one knows who I am. No, seriously.
Well, that's because, I mean.
No one knows who I am.
There's always again. There's always going to be some truth to that, and then some truth to the idea of that one is popular.
Right.
It depends. There's going to be people that do know. There's going to be people that don't know. And just being aware of there being another level. There's more people that don't know me than that do know me. It's likely to remain the case for most of us forever.
That's how it goes.
I'd say let's focus to close on the final song, which is Brighter. And that's a really important one, and it features both Dan Atlas and Maui.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who's the producer for that? Is that Devin Reason? No, that's Travis Gorman.
Travis Gorman.
The producer's Travis Gorman.
He's very excited about that, actually.
Yeah, about this song.
Oh my God. If you know how many times Travis has bothered me about this goddamn song and text me in the span of 3 years. This I think this is the oldest song. In the span of 3 years or 2.5, and been like, "We gonna release a song? I think it got to the point where he just completely quit.
He stopped bothering you.
He just stopped hitting me about it, and then he hit me up one day and was like, "Yo, I'm about to put on my project." I said, "No, you're not." And then I took it. I was like, "You're not gonna put on your project." I was like, "It's gonna be on the album. Just give me some time."
Did it exist when The Popular Nobody came out?
It was just, yeah.
Just
a little bit. I think a little bit after.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember writing this, and I can't sing, and so I called them Atlas.
Yep.
And whenever I can't sing hooks, and when I write it, I call them Atlas.
It's a good person to be able to call.
Yeah.
For that purpose.
And he's amazing. We have very good chemistry.
Yeah. Given that there's been all this focus on on drive and work ethic.
Yep.
It's nice that it ends with not just young Roland, with young Roland plus Mally plus them Atlas, like a crew, and with an emphasis on, well, for most of the time, just going slow is what's necessary. If you've got your balance, if you feel like you've found your channel, then just just roll with that for a bit. That's okay. That's good.
Yeah. And I think that was the greatest thing about that song being last. I don't think I could put it anywhere else because it just really complements and overall just shows the album as a whole and shows just what the hell was going on and what's going through. And just at the end of the song, it's like, yo, brighter days are around. Out of all this BS that's going on, out of everything that I felt, after everything probably you felt after listening to this or whoever, it's just like, yo, you're fine, be cool, it's great, you're good, everything is good. And Dim Atlas part is amazing.
Yeah. And I like that in that part, Josh refers to watching while the apple becomes rotten. Still, that is in his bit, isn't it? Yeah. So although the main focus in this song is that brighter days are around, and and there's reassurance. There's an address from one person to another saying, "You got this." Yeah. Still, the context remains what it is for the rest of the record. If we haven't been working on ourselves, then over time, apples go rotten. It's by virtue of having looked out for oneself and looking out for one another that we can kind of relax a bit, and not worry that we're not metaphorical fruit that's going to go rotten.
Right. Yeah. Because he wrote that on a tour bus. He was on the Atmosphere tour 2-3 years back. Yeah. And that's why some of the lyrics, he would have to tell you how it goes, really how it goes and why he wrote them. But I remember when the lyrics goes, "I arrived in a different city, open up for my hero. Sometimes I feel like a zero."
Well, guess I know I'm not a zero.
Yeah.
By virtue of doing that.
The throw out. Then I ripped the CD, but only if you notice. A couple of girls, pretty much, yeah. And I think, hopefully I'm not speaking, I'm gonna speak for him, but I'm hoping that I'm right, and if it's wrong, then it's wrong. I don't 1,000% know or 100% know, but I think where he was just trying to go is he wants to, be on that same stage where people come to see him as, yo, I'm coming to see Dim Atlas for this headliner show, and he's working his way, and there's going to be brighter days in order to get to that level that he's on tour with his hero, with Atmosphere, and to make that happen. And so
he's steady walking.
Yeah. I mean, we all are.
Yeah.
And, and so my verse, I totally forgot my verse for that song. I think I remember parts of it, but I think it was battling myself. Just trying to figure out, just trying to make sure that I'm good and everything else is good, while not paying attention to the bullshit that's going on around me. And that actually was what my verse was about. Because now I'm thinking about it more and knowing that, that was what the verse was about. Because it was just thinking about just trying to figure out if I'm good, trying to figure out my family good. Yeah. While not listening to that other bullshit that's going on. And then Mally comes in and kills it. And I think all of those were all personal perspectives of just what people, what going through. What people are going through, or what they're going through, and what I'm going through, and just putting it out in reverse and just being like, yo, this is what it is. And that's how life happens. But at the same time, that is, is brighter, will be good. and it'll keep shining, and we'll keep shining.
Yeah, and it's we. I think that's really important that at the end of this record, especially given what you've been saying about what you hope the record means for other people.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden, young Roland isn't in the spotlight at the end. Suddenly, there's Dem Atlas. Like it ends with Josh. Yeah. The final vocal delivery. Yeah. Is that what we were just talking about?
Correct.
And I think that works artistically. I think that works really well. That as much as we've been using you as a character to recognize general truths about life and difficulties and growth, all of a suddenly we get this brief moment of Josh being the character. We pan across.
Yep.
And then the same truths are there encapsulated just in his final verse.
Yeah, because that's his truths, you know.
And that's our truths.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing with this album as well. Because I know a lot of people have seen the track list and they're like, you only have 2 features and they're on 1 track. Yes, I do only have 2 features on 1 track. But the reason for that, I know you didn't ask this, but
it's interesting. Yeah, I did notice because you had POS and many people on the previous album. Yeah. So I'm glad that you asked yourself that question.
Yeah. To clear it up. No, the reason for that was I just wanted to put out something that was me. Not saying that those tracks back then, the Popular Nobody with those features were me, but I wanted to tell out something with my story and with what I was going through during that time and let you get through it. And the crazy thing about it is, which I was confident on doing, and a lot of people were saying, you're not going to put more, which I could be wrong for those who listen, and if you get bored, I'm truly sorry. There's another album that's coming out with more people. But I think every track doesn't sound the same. Yeah. So it can allow the listener to still be gauging and interesting without sounding like every single track is the same.
Yeah, you're working with some very different producers and you're doing some quite different stuff on each of the songs.
Yeah, and so that's why I felt confident on not having to be like, oh yeah, I need him. You know, I was just like, I really want to tell my truths. I really want to tell my situations and what I've been going through these last 2 years, 3 years, and just really put that out without no interruptions.
Yeah. Until the very end, when we pan across to Josh, and then we can pan across to everyone for whom the truths are true as well. And then beyond this record, as we final question, as we arrive at the end, what's next? You said that there is you're working on another record that has more features.
Yeah, possibly. That's all premature. I'm always working. You know.
You've got a work ethic. You've got a strong work ethic.
But yeah. There's more stuff coming. But in the meantime, I am focused on just trying to really put out this and just giving more visuals and giving a greater graphs of this album and doing more shows and with this album.
Yeah, put the work in for this record.
Now I can actually play some of these songs live.
Yeah.
And it'll be great, and just doing videos to this live and connecting the dots through this whole events of what's going on through this, and really trying to capture the moment of each song to the best of its ability. And which is crazy weird because Control is just totally different from the rest of the album, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah, the lead single, Control,
because you would think that's how the whole album's gonna sound.
Especially because it's like, I'm back, young Roland is back.
Very playful.
Yeah.
No. But
yeah, it's a lot darker than one would expect. Like with songs like Channel, Down is dark. Yeah. A lot. If you really think about it, a lot of my music is dark. Listen to Popular Nobody. Right. Yeah, because it's consistently turning to these difficult experiences, but drawing pretty I'd say optimistic conclusions from looking at those difficult experiences.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how you live.
Yeah.
And that's just how you grow. You gotta be. Like I say, you gotta know in reality that shit is gonna happen, and you also gotta know that when that shit happens, learn from it, to not do it again, or to not put yourself in a situation like that again. And you know, there's one track on there that I like a lot is Fine. With the phone thing. That I'll be fine, like, I'll be fine.
Yeah, so your phone is blowing up.
Yeah.
There's people concerned about you.
Yeah.
But the song.
Like, yeah, I haven't heard from you today. I'm fine. I'll be fine.
And sometimes it's fine to just be fine.
Yeah. No, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, this is all something where it's just like this is it. Like, it's cool, it's chill. I'm learning. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to understand that. You know, people go through shit all the time, but you just gotta learn from it and accept it. Don't trip out too much over it, and make sure that you learn from it.
Yeah. Have that experience be something that helps you discover where your balance lies, what your channel is.
Yeah, because I mean, out of all these songs, I mean, I wouldn't be who I am.
Yeah.
Without situations like this.
Well, I'm glad that you've become who you are.
Trying, man. Trying, you know, trying out here. But I'm just happy and thankful for people to listen to my songs. And hopefully relate to them. Yeah, with that being said, the album is out now. Bam, bam, bam. And my name is Dwynell Roland. And
you should check it out. I recommend it. It's got my seal of approval. I concur. You should listen to the record.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I was just randomly talking, so I was just like, yo, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Keep it up.
Nah, man. Thank you. No, seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you to everybody that's watching this. My main thing I just want to get across is that live your best life, learn from your mistakes, have fun, and don't worry about what's going on right now, because you always have the time to improve it in the future.
Yeah.
You're rolling.
Signing off. Perfect. Thanks for, this has been Back to the City. I'm Simon Calder. Thanks for tuning in. That was a perfect ending. Thank you.
Thank you.